Hello. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Are we live? Are we good? Are we excellent? I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, I'm back here. I made some changes since last night. I made this change here this morning where I was looking at a YouTube tutorial. I Heart Game Dev is really helpful. And he was pointing out the fact that the character controller comes with a capsule collider, and I've noticed that. And then I was like, oh, then I don't need the capsule collider that I had already here. So I removed that, and everything still worked fine. And then, when it comes to steps, it's like, oh, the character controller comes with a step offset. So it's like perfect. But in the end, I was like, I don't really, I need to make this game quickly, right? I'm already late on my schedule here. And so I don't need to like worry about like making the steps and set them up correctly and everything. It's like, you know what? Just one floor, let's just keep it really chill and let's make this game. So I just removed a bunch of floor tiles from the school, as you can see. So, and I moved the player from over this spot to over here. And we're just gonna do it like that. I think I think that's fine. So now if you play the game, this is the first time I'm playing it in I guess a while. It was asleep or something. Okay, so here we go. And now you just go up to the door, and there you go. Right? We're all good. We're all good. Right? You can zoom out, look a little further in. Now you do get blocked, right? So I may need to fix that, but probably will fix that in a release after I release this game. Right? Trying today, like I got to put it up on itch or someplace so I can submit it. I'm trying to submit it to a festival. So we gotta get working today. So that's why I'm here. And thanks for joining me and for being on this journey with me. Yeah, so let's get to it. So we're gonna first get going today is I'm going to go into the skeleton and take out the shield, take out the sword. I'm gonna leave the blue stuff on, and yeah. So let's do that. Oh, and then next I'm gonna make it so we can get inside. So we make a simple interaction kind of thing going on here. And yeah, so you can like press E, something like that, and then be able to what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, press E and be able to go inside a door, right? Or into the room. So I'm not even gonna animate the doors or anything like that. I'm just gonna be like, you press E, and you can go into that room. And you press E next to the door again, then you can go outside to the back to the hallway, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll keep really chill because again, just trying to get this game out today. Um, I actually kind of want to test game control support. So give me a second as I walk around. One more USB port. We gotta get another USB hub here. All right. Joystick connected. Xbox One for Windows controller. Let's go. All right. So let's see. Yep. I can control it with a controller, right? And then because I have the camera stuff set up, now we're doing inverted controls, looks like, for the camera movement. But just get used to that, and there you go. And because we're using the default input actions asset, yeah, and then this is sliding because of my controller. Um, yeah, we get all the stuff right out of the box is already set up. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So I'm not gonna do that all the time. I just wanted to make sure that as I'm developing, I want to make sure as I'm developing that I have this stuff ready to go and set up. So because it's I've noticed when I play test with other people, like they don't understand WASD, move the mouse around. We put a control in their hands, they're like, oh, okay, this feels familiar to me. So always like to keep that in mind. All right. So do you have any pending changes? Nope. Okay, we're good. All right. So let's get into this right here. Go into the body. And I've done this before on this mesh. So I may have to go into the actual mesh itself. Hmm. Okay, here's the shield. There's the shield. So I'm not even going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to hide it. I don't need to really remove it. And again, we're trying to move quickly. So obviously, like, extra polish, have an artist come here and either create a brand new skeleton for me because it's just placeholder art, essentially. Um, yeah, there's a sword. No weapons on campus. And we'll keep everything else. So now we file save project. There we go. Now his hands are not by his side, of course, in the animation, but it is what it is. Okay. Another thing I want to get rid of is the I want to click into the window just because it annoys me, and I want to click into the window and hide the mouse. I remember doing this before. Again, that's why you save your code. Um, I have somewhere in my old code somewhere, but let's just learn a new way to do it. Let's ask ChatGPT how to hide your mouse in Unity 6. Using the cursor class. Okay, so that's what we that sounds familiar. So let's see. Let's type cursor. No results found. That's annoying. Explore. Maybe it'll come up here. There we go. Yeah, lock state visible. There we go. So cursor lock example, press the spacebar to apply no locking to the cursor. So determines whether the hardware pointer is locked to the center of the view, constrained to the window, or not constrained at all. A locked cursor is positioned in the center of the view and cannot be moved. The cursor is invisible in this state regardless of the value of cursor.invisible. Cursor.visible. Locking the cursor prevents the user from interacting with UI elements. So yeah, you have to unlock the cursor if people want. If you bring up a game menu screen, the recommended best practice for a positive user experience is to only to lock or confine the cursor because of a user's action, such as pressing a button. The cursor state can be changed by the operating system or the editor. Yeah, so we're just going to lock the cursor and right, where are we at? There we are. Okay, so let's see here. Just because it's dealing with movement, we're gonna add this to the third person controller script here. I could create a new script and then attach it, kind of keep it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Yeah, I guess we could do that. We'll keep it all organized here. Hmm. Yeah, I don't want to have so many scripts. Let's do it here. So when we awake, lock the cursor and hide it. And yep, cursor.visible equals false. We'll save there. Let it compile, let it compile, let it compile. All right. So now if I click in here, there we go. It goes away, and it just feels like a better experience, even though really all it does is hide it and lock it towards the center. But it just feels better. And of course, you can always just hit escape, and then there you go. Right? Cool. So add that. Third person controller. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Domestic Game Dev. I feel like I'm still waking up. Um, all right, and then I should put in the walk animation control as well. Um, yeah. So window animation. Oh no, not that. Window animation, animator. All right, so there's all this stuff you can do, you know? You know? It's pretty wild. Pretty good setup here. So I'm not gonna need all this stuff here. So let's there should be a delete right there. But anyways, we have the delete button. Delete that. Move this stuff over here. Because in the future we may want this stuff. Move this stuff over here as well. We want walk forward, we want walk backward. Right? We want idle. Normal. We don't want idle battle. So we'll get rid of this. And then this to this. There we go. We only want this on a condition. Yeah, like how do I do this? It's been so while. Oh, got some parameters. So say boolean is walking, right? And then in this transition, okay, delete that. Is walking is true, right? Then we want to make a transition back. And this will be is walking is false. Okay, okay. So then we turn this guy back on. And here we go. So now we're idle. And it has changed. Unfortunately, it has changed us to have our feet under the floor, which is frustrating. So I just take this out. Well, I guess. So before, yeah, the feet are there, right? We can clearly see the feet. And then we turn this on, it syncs. So I'm assuming that's because like the animation is lower. I wish there was an easy way, like if I bring up animation, is it as simple as changing it? But yeah, it's read only. Ooh, so much here. Yeah, there's gotta be a simpler way to do that, right? Like maybe the character controller. Cause that man, that looks bad. So maybe I need to wrap it. Cause it's going down as far as this capsule collider will let it. So maybe if I increase the height to 7, 8, 9, maybe something like that. File, save project, hit play. Okay, now it's floating a little bit. Okay, so that was the solution. Cool. I guess, see, I have more, when I first started in game development with Unity, I use a lot of rigid body. So I'm kind of still discovering the beauties of the character controller. So that's cool. All right. So now we just gotta make this more reasonable. Let's see. 0.8. That was good. Obviously, more that could be done. Lock in, bruh. Oh, that's interesting. But it looks like it's on the ground. Nice. Okay, cool. Carrier controller to the rescue. That's awesome. That's very cool. What did I do? Mm, 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 mm. The water, the water, God's gonna trouble the water. And it just ends. That's like that. That's kind of an interesting shot. Video games are so cinematic, man. It's crazy. All right. So what we're doing next? What we're doing next? We'll do file save project, Unity version control, and let's see here. Yes, if you're enjoying this, join the Discord. Join the Discord community. Follow, subscribe, like, share. Um, this is game development, y'all. This is game development. What should we call it? Yes. Updated the skeleton animation controller and updated the height of the player character controller to not fall into the ground. That's a very reasonable request. Very reasonable request, I think. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, so we have that. No pending changes. Oh, yes. So, how are we going to take care of this? So there's like a Dino animation manager that I think I created. So let's actually open that up. Let us learn from past projects. It's gonna take a while, so FYI. FYI. We still don't have music. I gotta get some music, but it's all good. This allows me to think clearly. Do 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 do. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Cool. So we have a reference to the animator. So that's what we need. And then we have is walking, is running, is idle. And we get the animator. And then we start idling, we start walking, we start running. Yeah, and I just think it's easier to put it. Now this makes sense. This makes sense, right? Because, you know, it's easier to just be like, bam, shoot it off than having to have all this logic in the third person controller. We can separate it, right? So I'm going to create something very similar. So this is where I will Because before I was like, I don't want to create another script. I will create another script right now. So we have skeleton animation manager. There we go. Wait for the scripts to compile. Wait for the scripts to compile. Wait for the scripts to compile. Waiting, 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 waiting for the scripts to compile. I was just a C# script. One day I compiled a bit, and now my executable is binary code. Yeah, so I like to sing. And since there's no camera, I can't get camera shy. So, there. All right, so open this up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Get rid of this. So, we want private animator. I could do the M thing, but I don't know. I never liked that. So, no, thank you. And then we'll do private bull is walking. And set that to false right out the gate. And then public void start walking. Oh, yes. Let's do that part. Public. I think it's public, right? Actually, no. I think it's private void awake. I like to be very specific. Even though the awake method comes as inherited from mono behavior, and I just like to say private because it is technically a private method, and I just like to be explicit about that. So cool. Thank you, Mr. AI. And then we're gonna say, just take from this other one. Start walking. Hmm. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna take this stuff here and I don't know if I'm gonna do all this extra stuff because I'm wondering what led to that little hitch that you saw the other day. Ah, that's nice. Okay. So then we'll save, go back to the game, engine, and let it compile. Let it compile. Compile. Wait, what? The field is walking the sign, but its value is never used. What? I'm using it right here. Oh, set it to true. Maybe that'll get rid of the warning. Probably not. It'll be like, eh. I guess we can say if um, is not walking. I just hate all these errors, but I feel like it's adding a little extra complexity It doesn't need to be there. I hate seeing these warnings. It's like I feel neurotic when I see them. I'm like, must get rid of warnings. Now, obviously, now we have to reset it, so we do have to have a start idling or start. I guess yeah, I don't want to call it idling, so we'll just start walk. There we do. There we go. There we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. All right, all right, all right. So now we have this, and since this is part of like our project namespace, we don't have to like really reference it. But it would be interesting to start using more namespaces and then actually using it to import and stuff. But we're not gonna do that right now. So we are going to try this. We're going to say, oh, we are going to need we're going to need what did I do it before? What did I do it before? Like, is there's so we're gonna need a reference, right, to the animation manager, right? And this is just a model behavior. We're not gonna make this into a single intent or anything like that. So there's a model behavior, so it can be attached as a component. So we could easily just set up a private uh, property here, and then on awake, grab the component. I think that's how I did it before. I just want to see. I just want to see how did I do it before. Oh, we do it like that. Interessante. Yeah, we do it like that. Looks cooler. So we're gonna set up this and make it skeleton and change this to skeleton. Man, thinking about the Mufasa death right now for some reason popped into my head. Maybe I was on a Disney kick, and then I went to Mufasa's death. Daddy, wake up! Wake up, Daddy! Daddy! Daddy, wake up! Oh man, Disney. It's like crawling in your head. Let's see, let's see, let's see. So we do that. So then we can do skeleton animation. Start walk. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me get rid of this guy. The placeholder is not needed anymore. All right, looks like it compiled just fine. Just fine, just fine. And then we just need to add this here. So it's kind of a funny thing because you gotta add it, right? And then you gotta add yourself. Kind of interesting play on there. Interesting play. File save. File save project. Okay. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see that delay. I wonder why there is such a delay. Because I did it. Right? Now it's good. And now you kind of see it float against, right? Just gotta fix that. Gotta fix that. But why did it take so long? All right. inside the idle state and play with that some more. But again, we're already 40 minutes in for this session, and I'll have to take a break soon because of my body. Gotta get ready for lunch. Do a little bit of a workout. Can't sit at your desk all day long. Yeah. So, no, 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 no. So we're not gonna worry about running at this moment. So I wonder if it's because of this. Let's get rid of this. Because as long as it's not 0, it should instantly start walking. Let's try that. So it was a little bit faster, but man, see that's why I dealt with the other stuff before. And I'm working with 2 different packages, so I think it's on me. It's just too slow. Like as soon as I hit it, it should immediately go into it, you know? Let's see that again. Oh, it took a really long time. Okay, then we have to have a different because this move direction, that's just not gonna cut it. That's just not gonna cut it. Player input handler, what are we doing? Move input. I think as soon as there's move input, right? Then I think we just gotta go ham, right? So I need this to be wonder what speed. I probably need to go debug this, but if speed is greater than 0, right? That should be that should be enough. And again, if any of y'all wondering why there's like a pause, right? When I do the alt tab to go back to the engine, that's because he's like, wait, we're compiling. You can't let us see us compile. I don't know. I don't know why it does that. Because I don't think that's good. Because it feels like it's buggy. It should just you immediately see it trying to compile. That's what should happen. All right. Anyways, that's weird. Okay. Maybe it is animation state. Let's see. So we're idling. Okay. That seems like the animation state to me. Why is it taking so long? Has exit time? Let's get rid of that. Let's try that. I just want to get right into it, man. Let's start walking. There we go. Let's see it again. Let's see that again. No, no. What am I doing? Stop it. Stop it. Okay. That's better. That's better. All right. We'll let that slide. Let that slide. Okie dokie. Okie dokie artichoke. Do 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 do. Checking, checking, checking. Checking, checking, checking. Checking, checking, checking. Okay. I'm back. So we're gonna leave it at that. Wait. Let's add the idling back to the walking. We're not gonna worry about running. So let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to the code. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to the code. We could do that. We could do that. It could be that simple. We don't need to set up anything else. Start idle. Okay, that looks nice. Anybody watch Mythic Quest? Man, I'm loving watching Mythic Quest. The only thing I would want is more of this. They did it a little bit with Dana's character, but that's the only thing I would want. I'd want a little bit more like hands-on game development. But man, I'm loving that show. I'm loving that show right now. Next week can't come soon enough. Mythic Quest Raven's Banquet. Yes, sir. Let's see. I think it's okay to have an exit time from going from walking to being idle. Yeah, it's a little too long. So let's see here. Yeah, let's decrease that. Let decrease. Let's decrease. Still too big. Still too big. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. A little long sometimes. It's kind of weird. Maybe there should be like no exit time. Just stop walking. But I feel like from like a natural standpoint, you gotta have yeah some time. Okay. Okay. But that's all the time we're gonna have spent on this. But we're making considerable progress. Yeah, it's fine. It's good enough. Ship it. Ship it. Ship it. We're shipping. We're shipping. We're shipping. We're shipping. File. Save. File. Save project. Unity version control. Adding walking and idle animation transitions into the code. Checking the changes. Checking the changes. Checking the changes. I mean, because no one's here. So I'm just going to keep doing my thing. It's like one viewer. I think that's just me. So. I can't relate to desperation. That is the coldest line. I can't relate to desperation. It's like, girl, you just cold. You just cold. um. Okay, so that is cool. And then, yeah, let's get some interaction. Let's get some interaction. So the best way to, or the way that I think about it, right, is we're gonna have a collider, and then when you collide, you should be able to press something like an interact button, and then it'll just transfer you to that like to a hotspot essentially, right? So I've never done this before, but that's how I would start to think about it. And then obviously like later on you do want some UI, so like interact or E to interact to pop up. That's how I would think about it. Um, to do the UI, like I've done it before. Again, you do it and then you forget. Like if you don't rebuild games every once in a while, it's like you just forget. Like I've been working on a game for the past 8, 9 months. Like professional game development. I received a paycheck for it, but since I didn't touch any of this type of stuff in the game because it was a card game, like I forgot. Like low key, I forgot. But I've done it before, like in my game Fat Roll, which you can check out at fatrollgame.com. But man, I have not done this before. So that's why you just gotta do, man. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. You gotta be cool and you gotta do it. So, um, that's a nice little thing right there. Yeah, let's just back it up. Maybe let's back up player some more. Ugh, what am I doing? There we go. Yeah, something like that. There we go. And then later, it'd be great to have like an objective arrow or something that's like, go here, right? I'm thinking a lot about bully, right? That's kind of what I've been thinking about. That's where this game came from, this game idea. So, uh, move starting position of player. Okay, because we get some interaction, then we pretty much got the game. So how are we gonna do it, right? So we look for the input system here, and interact is set up as a action type of button. So yeah, E keyboard and then button north on gamepad. So I'm assuming that's like Y on an Xbox controller or triangle on a PlayStation controller. So it's kind of already set up. I don't what I didn't change anything. Don't save. I didn't change anything. Man, it's like ugh, ugh. Just like you want to change everything? No, I don't want to change everything. Leave me alone. So I never built an interact thing in here. So we got to do that. So it's called interact. So let's call it interact. Interact. And interact action. That's right. Um, I think it'd be more of like a boolean. So public bool interact triggered. Yes. Yep, yep, yep. Then we find the action map. And enable, disable. It is good when you're jumping between scenes. Probably won't really need it. Um, but it's just good to do that, right? Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because this is a singleton, so yeah, it is good. It is good. Um, I think we just do it like that. Do it like this. So interaction, interact, action. Dot performed. Interact triggered. Yep. Interact again. Cancelled. So I don't know if there's gonna be a cancel. Just do it. But I guess yeah. It's here. So that's good. So it's pretty much all we would need. And then so we need like a player interaction controller to make use of this player input handler, right? So we just say like yeah, player interaction controller, and then yeah, when it comes against a collider thingy, and the game object has a tag on it that says interactable, right? That's something that we could do. Then we can perform the action that is tied to that interaction, right? So, yeah, I think that's what we want to do. So it's just save, just make sure. File, save project. And yeah, so let's think about this. So we reach an hour. I'm gonna have to take a break soon. Get ready for lunch. Do the gym and come back in the afternoon and hog molly this thing. So, um, but yeah, let's create that. Player interaction controller. There's probably a better name for it. That's just what's coming to my mind right now. So, if there's a better name, let me know. Oh, second viewer. Well, hello, second viewer. Who are you? And we have a bot. Mercy. And you have been banned from the chat. But thanks for watching. But you have been banned from the chat. Sorry, I'm not gonna. Oh, okay, cool. Not a bot. All right, cool. Yeah, there's another chat that was a bot, and it was like stream go, go to the stream thing, whatever. But yo, what is up? UnityCoder underscore com. What's up? Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, so actually, what are you? Welcome to Messy Game Dev. What are you working on today? Lurking Unity channels usually. Very nice. I appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love. Yeah. As Unity devs, we gotta stick together. We gotta stick together. Yeah, so I'm working on this kind of like a school game, and working on interaction so I can get this skeleton player into the building because right now they are blocked from entering the building. So that's what I'm working on right now. But thanks for joining. Appreciate you. So I have this player interaction controller that just created here, and we have our player input handler set up with an interact action to perform when interaction is triggered. We're using the basic input um, input action map here for interact. Yeah, so use interact action map here, or the action map is player, and then the action is interact. We use a basic setup here that Unity gave us. Enjoying that a lot. And every time I open this up, it's like, you want to make changes? I'm like, no, I don't want to make changes. I don't want to save. I don't want to mess this thing up. So yes, so I need to set this up so it is dynamic and diverse. So I have this door object. Ah, there we go. But what I want to do is set up another game object, have the interact tag on it, and then when you get close to it, then you can press E, and then you get hotspotted into the area that it's attached to. But I want this to be kind of dynamic, so I want to build it the right way. But let's see if we can build it kind of quickly for now, and then I had to go for lunch because it's been a while. But yeah, join. Thanks for watching the stream. mustygamedev.com. Find all the links there: Discord, YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. I also do UEFN development, but right now I've been focusing on Unity because I want to make a game soon as possible, and then I'll get back to some UEFN stuff as well. But yeah, Unity coder, are you making any games? All right, see ya. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. So let's see here. Make an empty game object. Oh, there we go. Let's just do it here. There we go. So say interact box. Something like that. And make sure it's positioned in the right way. So something like this. And then we'll add a box collider. Oh, mostly non-games for my job. Oh, VR AR. That's cool. That's very cool. I don't know if you're still watching, but I used to work for a VR AR company. We did Unity development as well. I did more of the back end work for it, so I had to create like a Django dashboard so that the Unity 3D application on like an AR device could then like get data from my API. So yeah, I've been there. That's cool. That's awesome. Well, Unity coder, you have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining the stream. So let's put a box collider here. This will be very, very simple. So put it like that. And this is, so yeah, obviously, like, if you run this, and I didn't take put it as a trigger option, but if I run over here, right, now there's like this extra collider, right? So that's, I mean, yeah, that's cool, but that's not what we want. So we're gonna make this trigger, and then when you set is trigger, now you're good, right? So it's not colliding, but it will help trigger and give you an event, right? So a lot of game development is really just like event-based programming, essentially. You learn that in like a lot of front-end web development, JavaScript kind of stuff, but also in game development too. So this is gonna this generates kind of like an event for you, so you can like, you know, you can do stuff with it. Once you know that this box has been collided with, you're like, oh, the player is at the door. Let's do the door thing. So now I have an interaction controller, but let's see here. I want to create a tag. Let's create a tag. The tag is going to be interactable. So I could set up, I can make it just the tag is just door, but again, I want to build like a system. So if I throw in another interactable, it kind of like starts working. Interactable. I think that's how you spell it. All right. Interact box. Interactable. Cool. So then we're going to go to our skeleton player here and then add player interaction controller. File save, project. Now I can build this out. So we're going to need an instance, or no. Let's see. We have the model behavior. So we want to do private on trigger enter. There we go. And then if other is not null, and if other dot game object dot, I think, what was it? Tag? Compare tag. Let's do that. Is interactable. And I need to put that in a property so it doesn't get stuck with that. So, all right, cool. We got it. We got that. And then for now, we'll just do a debug log just to see the output. I'm organic. Inside Out, Inside Out reference. Love that movie. So let's do serialize field, and then let's do private string. And let's do interact tag string. So we can set it up like this, and you can always change it if you need to. But that way it's in one place, and it's set up that way, so you're not dependent on a coder knowing how to spell. Okay, so that works. That works. And I said I'm organic. I'm organic. All right, and then. So then once we do that, now we have it here set up. Um, let's file save here. File save project. Hit play. Yeah, I got set up all the commands and stuff for Twitch, but I believe Unity Coder has followed the musty game dev. Thank you, Unity Coder. UnityCoder_com. Thank you. Appreciate you very much. Have a great day. Thanks for being part of the musty game dev community. So let's see. Let's walk up to the door here. And there we go. I'm organic, right? Game development. Ah, so good. I know that's basic stuff for more advanced people, but I still love going over the basics, understanding how things are working and flowing. It is my first project in Unity 6, so that felt good. I still know I still know how to make games. All right, so now we have that. So we know it's an interactable, right? But then we want to I think we want to build an interface, right? So let's see here. There's the Musty Game Dev site right there. But let's see. C# interface. Yeah, so something like this, right? So we want to do like public interface, I interactable, right? I think that would be pretty cool. So in here, let's create a new folder. Let's say interfaces. And then in here, we'll create a new script. An empty C# script. Interactable. I interactable. Let the C# compile and let it flow. Let it flow inside you. Alrighty then. And then, right, so based on this, we do public interface. Interactable. All right. And so, for instance, because like I said before, then once you have this set up, then if it's a door, open or transfer them to door spot, right? Um, if it's a um, if it's like a chest, then you want to interact and then open up the chest. If you want to talk to an NPC, because I do want NPCs in this small game, right? You want to interact with the NPC, you want to talk to them. So, um, let's see here. We want um, new to use interfaces. To be honest with you, that there's a certain way I want to do it that I've seen before on the job. So we can do that, we can do that. But there was another thing. So with object-oriented programming, yeah, in C sharp, right? In object-oriented programming, there's like three main pillars: inheritance, encapsulation, and polymorphism. And there was something I wanted to see here. There's a keyword in C sharp. Oh, virtual. I think that's what I wanted. Let's see here. C sharp virtual method. There we go. So then public virtual void, right? And then we come back over here. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to do. It can be overridden in any derived class. There's also dynamic binding, enabling polymorphism. Yeah, so I think that's what I wanted to do. So then we do public virtual, I believe. We'll say void, and then we want hmm. So then we want, I'm trying to think of the name of the method. But for now, I'll just say engage act. Engage interaction. That's what I'll call it for now. Right? And there's like a no op or something kind of thing that I was thinking about. C sharp, no op. Okay. Just do. So I guess we'll just do that. So hashtag or hashtag comment no operation. Okay. So this is all gonna make sense in a little while. Again, I picked this up on my last job, my last contract job, working on um, Unity games professionally, and I hadn't done this kind of work before, like on my own. I knew about interfaces because I'm obviously with my computer science background, but I haven't really done it. Like, yeah, I haven't done it. In web development, like you're using a lot of frameworks and stuff, so it's already kind of built out. But I don't know. Anyways, this is a way for me to do it and to learn how to do it on my own, which is really cool. So then, if it's interactable, right? Then you want to take that game object and then, um, grab its interactable layer and something that implements the interface, right? And then you're good, right? So we have the I interactable, and then calls engage interaction. You know what I'm saying? So let's. This is a little intense, but I think this all will work out. So then we're gonna have here create. Well, let's think about this actually, because I have interfaces here, and then I want to have a non-model behavior class called um, interactable door, right? That's what I want to do. And I wanted it to implement the eye interactable interface, right? Oh, excuse me. So then I'm going to, yeah, I'll call this folder interactions, interaction classes. Um, let's say interactions. Hopefully it doesn't mess things up. So I'm trying to make sure to avoid any kind of weird linking issues by calling things that are certain classes or namespaces, right? So it doesn't get confused and crosswired. I think that's good. And then another script, empty C# script, interactable door. Okay. All right. All right. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. I made a decision. I feel decently okay about it. And we're gonna go forward. I always get paranoid and anxious about naming things in code. I want to make sure I do it just right. And sometimes I get hung up with that, which I should just be like, it's all good, man. So let's look at this. Okay. So it's just like that. Okay. All right. So that and then so I interactable. All right. And then here I can public void engage interaction, right? And then I can um so like for instance, I'll have a serialized field here where I say private. So I'm just gonna move, right? Just gonna move them. So private, I guess we'll just say transform. And then we'll say um, enter hotspot. That's what I'll call it, right? And we'll probably have an exit hotspot too, but for now, just worry about entering. And then once that works, then we can do that, right? So engage interaction. So for this engage interaction, um, oh, this will be interesting because I believe I would need the game object that because I this will be attached or being used by the interactable game object, right? But I need the game object that I'm going to interact with. Interesting. So I can move them, right? So game object, um, um, game object to, ooh, this is probably too long to interact with. Again, this is how my brain is thinking about things. Now, I was wondering if I would get flagged for this, but it's just not going to. So I need to include this in here so that the interface stays the same. And then save both of those. And now the reference comes back, right? There we go. So that's how we, yeah, got to keep it the same there. Cool. Awesome. This is good. This is good. And then I'm just going to say game object dot interact with dot transform dot um, you could just set the transform to be equal to that transform, or there's a method of like move or not rotate, translate. I could just translate. What does this do again? Yeah, let's just try that. Let's just try that. All right, cool. Okay, so I think that is all goody. Goody, goody. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for viewing. Appreciate y'all for supporting and following. This is amazing. I love making games and making them with people and also teaching and learning and teaching and sharing. So, okay. So we have our interact box right here, which I'll probably put into another empty game object to like organize it. Um, but now with the box collider, it's interactable. But now we need a mono behavior, right? So we need a mono behavior that can take this public class interactable door. Okay. So come back out here and then create. And we can just keep experimenting. No pressure here. If we mess up, it's not the biggest deal in the world. So we already have interactable door. So we just say, interact door agent. Might not be the best name, but it's all good. It's all good. So we're going to get rid of this stuff here. And then we're going to say private interactable door. And then just say interactable like that. And then we'll have a public method. Void. And then maybe I should make it public. But nah, because I like to obfuscate things. Encapsulation. Let's see. Void. Let's say act. Does that conflict with anything? Yeah, it probably does. Okay, that's good. And then act, and then we have interactable. Dot engage interaction. And we need the game object. That's right. So act. So then we'll pass in the game object. Action game object. And then pass this in action game object. There we go. Cool. All right, there's enough obfuscation there, I believe, to satisfy. But this is why I like or love object oriented programming over functional. I need to learn more functional programming, but this is what I love about it. It's cool, man. It's cool. We're doing all the things. All right, so this compiled good. So now we put this interact box. We're gonna add interact door agent to it. We have the tag, and then we go back here, go back to the player interaction controller, right? And then um, have other dot game object dot get component, and then we're looking for interactable, no, interact door agent, and then we say act, and it's going to act on just to make it explicit, we'll say this dot game object to make it explicit, so we know, because we have other dot game object. We want to say this dot game object. We want to be explicit. We know exactly. So we're acting on this game object, right? And then everything else will take care of itself. I guess I didn't really use the polymorphism. So let me look at this one more time. So I have this, and I have interactable door. What I need is to say I interactable. There we go. And then no, that's not it either. It adheres the same interface. I'm trying to think, where would I use it? Where would I use it? Right? So okay. Okay, so I do that, and then I could cast it or something like that, right? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay, so this is a mono behavior, so I still got to do stuff. So when we do public, or sorry, private void start, then I do interactable equals new interactable door. There we go. Yep, right? And then it can be whatever I need it to be. And it, yes, there we go. That's what we needed to do. That's what we need to do. So yeah, I could just call it straight up, but then the beauty of the polymorphism, right, is that if I can make maybe interact, I don't know, agent or but the point is that if I have another interaction agent, right? Let's say interact NPC agent, right? This engage interaction is going to stay the same, right? And this act, essentially, this can all stay the same. And then my interactable agent or NPC will then bam, right? Um, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So I guess what I could try to do is make it so it's like a drop down or something of like choose which kind of interactable you want this agent to be. I'd have to experiment with that to get that just right in the model behavior kind of sense, but that would be the next level. So I just call this interact agent. I have a drop down, so whatever sets up here, I select it and I say make it an interactable door, make it an interactable NPC, and then the engage interaction kind of takes over. But for now, we're going to do it like this, and that should all work. So this is going to happen automatically because we're not waiting for input from the player. So this will kind of be interesting. Um, oh, and also, well, let's see what happens because this is gonna break because I didn't set something. But let's see. Let's just see what happens. So I approach the door. I want to go to school. All right, null exception. Okay, so it just broke. So null reference exception, object reference is not set to an instance of an object. Interact door agent act, and then on trigger enter. Interactable door, engage interaction. Okay, so let's look at this. Yeah, so this enter hotspot wasn't set up at all. Okay. Yeah, we gotta do it. Yeah, we gotta set up with an actual transform. So interessante. How would I want to do this? So then let's do this. Let's do serialize field, private, transform, enter. And then once we have the new interactable door, we can set up public void set enter hotspot. So this, yep, let's just do that. And then interactable. Ah, okay. So this is the interface. Interface keeps us honest. It keeps us honest about this. Yeah. Okay. So then we have to make a decision. Do we want this kind of stuff in here as well, right? So I guess we do. I guess we do. Let's get this here. And I'm learning. I'm learning. There we go. All right. Compiles good. Okay. So then how to organize it in a goody way. So I could add another empty game object. Enter, right? and then set this up here, something like that, and set this here, right? So I could do that. Okay. File save project. Oh, hello, hello. Yes, more people. Sorry, I just noticed your chat. Let me. You can also implement interactable. Could I can implement directly onto the model behavior, huh? See, that's what I'm missing. Yeah. I have so much extraction going on here. That's a super good point. So I could do something. And thanks for first time chatting. I'm gonna pronounce your name Delete EST. I think that's how you say it. Got the leet speak going on. Delete EST. So I could just make this interactable. Ah, interessante. That actually might be better. Might be better. That might be better. And then I don't have to do all this extra stuff. So I could just do this and do that. Yeah, I like that better. I don't know if you're still watching, but thank you. I appreciate you. Um, so we don't need to do this anymore. Don't need to do this anymore. So you just be like this. And then this will be private. Ah, Unity Coder, you're back. Yes. Let's see. Reading your comment. There is a legendary interface Unity tutorial in YouTube using interfaces in game development. Infallible code. I always refer that when I forget. When forget. Thank you. That's awesome. All right. Duly noted. I will definitely check that out. Thanks so much for the help, everybody. Yep. Uh, yeah. I did this on the job, and then I can't go back to my GitHub to the company's repo and copy the code. So I'm trying to remember how they did it, and I was just like, oh wow, such a cool way to do polymorphism, to use object-oriented programming, use interfaces. And I was like, let's do that. Um, so let's put this enter here. Yeah, I will definitely check out the tutorial and come back more knowledgeable. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So yeah, so we're doing that, and I think that's gonna be much better. Much better. Sorry, interactable door. You already became obsolete. Um, but yeah, cool. All right, so save that, and we should be good. File save, file save project, and then let's hit play. Let's see, let's see what play does. So approach the school. Go to the door. Huh? Nothing happened. All right. Okay. All right. Well, let's figure it out. Why did nothing happen? So we got we tested that we're gonna reach it with the player interaction controller. So let's see. What did we do wrong here? Oh, well, no, we're calling the door agent. The door agent is still there. The act is still happening. So it's doing that. It's engaging with this. And it should be translating. Okay. I'm going to debug this because we should get to this point. Enable debugging for the session. Let's see. Do 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 do. All right, got that. Oh, still doing the burst compile. All right, good, good, good. All right, we're gonna hit play. All right, let's go forward. Oh, it does get there. And let's see. Action. The skeleton player is the game object to interact with. So transform dot translate should work. Hit continue. So I wonder if we just do transform. So we're definitely getting there. Let's take this out. So maybe just blatantly just do it. All right, let's just do transform like that, or transform dot position. Let's just see. Oh wow, I was supposed to take a break a long time ago. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. But my body at some point is gonna be like, gotta move yourself. Can't sit here all day. Let's see. Let's see. Oops. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. But maybe because this is in local space, we put it in global space now. Let's just try that. File save. File save project. We're so close. So close. Hmm. Interesting. I'm gonna pin that comment from Unity Coder. All right. So we're definitely interacting. Hmm. Maybe because of the update method with the third person controller, it's just not enough. Because then it's maybe getting reset back to, yeah, maybe it happens like really quickly. So, hmm. All right. This is getting a little messy, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take this out of here. Private void. Up. Oh, update. Character position. I'll say that. Put that there. Oh, we're so close. So close. Do that there. And then do public void. But this feels a little wrong to do it like this. But update. Well, let's say set current movement. Factor 3. And then immediately call update character position. Let's try that. So hit save here. Oh, body's telling me to stop. So close, so close. So let's do that. Let's do this. Dot get component third person controller dot set current movement, enter position. Let's see. Hit save. Compile. No errors here. Let's do a file. Save. File save project. Hit play. Hopefully this works. So we're moving, we're moving, we're moving. Okay. All right. Oh man. All right. Well, we actually moved, so that was nice. Hmm. Okay, so I think problem there is move. Yeah, move's gonna move it in that direction, and current movement is set that way. Well, I tried translating and transforming, and it still didn't work. So I can't do that. So close, so close. 2 hours. Woo! Let's see here. So can update current movement. Must leave that alone. Must leave that alone. So maybe just do this portion and not the Y part. Think that should work. There we go. This should do it. Okay. Woo! Okay. Let's see here. Moving, moving, moving. Okay. So we did it, but not the desired result. So that is enter. Enter is here. Let's see. Is there anything else I could do instead? So character controller dot transform dot position dot movement maybe instead of moving it. Let's try that. Getting closer. Almost there. Yeah, whenever I try to affect the transform, he does not like it. Yeah, I have to come back to this after lunch. Oh, so close. Again, more use the rigid body stuff. You just do the translation. Um, so I've done respawns before and teleports. It's the same concept, but with the carrot controller, I feel like there's something I'm missing. Let's see. character controller, translate. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, that's right, simple move. Oh, that's more like rigid body. Which just move, supplies movement, and some move. That's it. Hmm. That's a transform, but yeah. Hmm. Man. All right. Ah, so close, so close. Let's see. Let's see. Setting the position on my character controller. Character controller's transform is not moving it. Why? Let's see here. Yep, I'm doing move. Oh, interesting. So the new position and minus. Oh, temporarily disable the grounded part. Interesting. Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right, so new movement. Let's try that real quick, actually. So character, controller. Let's see here. Make sure to check in the chat. All right. But yeah, thanks for watching. Welcome to Messy Game Dev. And yes, check us all out, mussygamedev.com. Join the Discord, watch the YouTube, and thanks for joining me on Twitch here today. So close, so close to getting inside the school. Um, all right, so we're gonna do character controller, move, new movement, because that obviously create a new vector um, with current movement, but not. I don't want to do current movement. I want to do the transform dot position. Okay. This will result in another vector 3. That'll give us the motion we need. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So close. Ah, man. But we're making good progress. Making good progress. Approach to school. Okay. Okay. That's something. So it's trying to. I think it's just being blocked. Yeah. So it's trying to move. Hmm. I can't just. I just want to like teleport. So I think that's where I have to turn off the grounded part and just teleport. Grounded, grounded. Yeah, I don't think you can touch that anymore. Let's see. Character controller dot is grounded set to true. Oh, yeah, but see, I don't think it's because private, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's read only. Oh, so you disable it and then. Oh, that feels dirty. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, but it's also gonna pause the capsule collider. So I think that's the best way to do it. Let's see here. So character controller dot enabled equals false. Then we do transform dot position to new movement. That feels so wrong. And then we do character controller dot enabled equals true. Man, okay. So we disable it and then we move it and then we enable it right back again. All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. Here we go. Yay! Yeah, I gotta do something with my camera work. We're in the school. Oh man. Yeah, I gotta do something about my camera work. But hey, this is my locker over here. Yeah, I can't even see. Oh, I gotta do something. Gotta do something about that camera work. This is my locker. That's cool. That's cool. And it's just gonna turn you right back around. Yeah. All right. That's crazy. Yeah, making games, man. Making games. It's not too hard. It's just again when you gotta start from the basics from the ground up. Yeah, there we go. That's wild. Had to disable the character controller. Yeah, I gotta make this tighter. I like this. I like this a lot, but I gotta make like once you get here, gotta get tighter. Free look camera. Make the radius smaller. Let's see. We'll do a file save project. Yeah, so we're just like really tight in there. So now I gotta adjust it some more because I want to be able to look up a little bit more. But that's a lot better. But now you're like really close. You're like really close. But that works. There's our guy. We got you in the building. Just gotta get you to class and all the places. But we got you in the building, sir. That's right. You're in the building where it happens, the room where it happens. Get you in nice and tight. Yes. And then you can go back out, look around. That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Wow. All right. I mean, movement, man. Movement. Mercy. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Got my locker. My locker's right here. Open the combination. I mean, that's how you do it, though. That's so cool, man. That is so cool. Is that supposed to be an event or something? Or a bulletin board? I'm not sure. But we're in our environment. We're in the school. Let's do this one more time. Yeah. Little teleportation there. I want to go into the school. He's like, put me in this freaking school. All right. All right. Thanks, y'all, for joining. That was fun. Um, yeah, so much to learn, so much to learn, so much to be learning. That's also why, even though it felt like I was just failing the whole time, that's also why I want to just document this and stream it because I can come back. It's all my own self documentation essentially. So thanks for all your help, everybody, and stay musty.